What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in today's video, we're going over Bitcoin as its price has seen a pretty nasty fall over the last 24 hours. In the last video, we said that we didn't want to see the price go below $48,000, and that if it did, there was a strong chance we would resort back to this trend line in which we saw established. And of course, as you can see, that is exactly what we saw. So now from this point forward, we need to start deciding, now that we've lost a key level but are holding support seemingly, do we need to be looking to take some profits? Do we need to be looking to add some more? What exactly am I doing? And so with that being said, of course, let's go ahead, let's skip the BS, let's skip the fluff, and let's get straight into the good stuff. So what we're looking at right now is, again, a backtesting of a key level of support. Now, this isn't terrible. This isn't something that, is absolutely catastrophic, especially while we are still above our $45,000 area. Now, of course, we did see this key level of resistance established, and when we do see that key level of resistance get established, there's always the chance of us resorting back down to it, especially if we get too extended, as we did back here. And so the fact that we were too extended and we came back down to find, at the moment, support on top of a crucial level, that's not a bad thing. That shows, okay, maybe the chart's just trying to reset itself. We got a little bit too ahead of ourselves here. Maybe leverage got a little bit too high. The crypto fear index got a little bit too high. And now we need a quick reset, okay? And so while that is still happening, and while we are still holding these levels, I wouldn't be too worried just yet, okay? Now, we also can't ignore the fact that we are still looking at the possible formation of an absolutely extremely bullish technical formation. And that's going to be your good old cup and handle pattern. Now, the way in which these cup and handles are going to play out is in which you're going to put a cup, which is going to look something like a double top. You're going to go up to the same level of resistance 2 to 3 times, and you're going to put in what's called the cup line, okay? And then what's going to happen is off of that cup line, you're going to see a rejection. Now, from that rejection, the distance of this handle really isn't too important, but of course you don't want it to be too low, okay? Like, you don't want it to go all the way like right back above your previous lows back here, as of course that's just going to be a little bit more of a range or something more of a double bottom, W bottom style pattern. Now, what we're looking at with this thing, though, is that the price did come. Let's go ahead and let's clear this off for a second. The price did come back to our key Fibonacci retracement area, which is going to be here, 0.618 to 0.786 box right here, as you can see. And that is where we are finding some support. And so while we are still in this area, I would definitely consider this to be something of a cup and handle pattern. And so what this means is that in the event in which we do see the clearing of, if we work our way back up, let's get rid of that. There we go. And we work our way back up to $52,000. I am personally under the belief that that would be the execution of the cup and handle. And if we start getting closes up here above these regional highs, we can go ahead and say that our price breakout target would be somewhere sitting roughly towards $59,000 to $58.8 thousand, which just so again happens to be right to where our macro highs are, which is an absolutely beautiful breakout target. Now, in order for us to get there are a few things that have to happen, though. One thing we can see is that we are currently seeing an SR flip. Now, what that's going to be is a support to resistance flip. Support. As you can see, we established just a support here, and we are now running into it as resistance. So realistically, until we're able to clear $48,000 and start getting some closes above it, we're not even in the realm to see $52,000. This is the level that we need to clear. This is the short-term goal right now. We need to get back above this level, because if we do not, if we keep getting rejected and pushed back to the downside here, the likelihood is we start to come back down to some of these crucial levels towards the downside, towards $46,000, towards $45,000, okay? So step number one is that if we are going to see a reversal, if we are going to start to see this thing pushing to the top side, we absolutely must clear this level of resistance at $48,000 and start to get some 4-hour closes here. I personally would not be buying or even thinking about buying until we see that happen. Now, in terms of the opposite side, the bearish thesis, of course, I'm going to provide you guys what I think is the bullish thesis. I'm going to give you my bearish thesis. I'm never going to sit here and say, oh, it's going to clear 48,000. We're going to go to 52. We're going to clear 52, then go to 59. I will never do that to you, because I don't want you to be unprepared for an option that I don't give. I'm going to provide you with the most important things in the realm of possibilities. This is what it looks like in a bullish thesis. This is what it looks like in a bearish thesis, so that no matter what happens with the price, you are prepared. I get those comments all the time. So you're saying it can go up or it can go down? And I'm like, yeah, dummy, that's what crypto is, of course. So with it being said, if we do start to see the price get rejected, if we do start to see it work its way back below $47,500, I think what we can expect is that the price will come back towards $46,791. Now, the reason that I have this red line drawn out there, that specific number, is of course due to our Fibonacci retracements. If we go swing high to swing low, one thing you can see is that puts our 786 level right here. Let's go 46,900. $52,700. Let's just make it easy, okay? Now, if we see this level get lost, there's a very strong likelihood that this cup and handle formation in which we're talking about really starts to get invalidated as we start to set some of these lows towards the bottom of our, our regional lows. And I don't really think that that would be considered a cup and handle. I just don't like how that would look. I just wouldn't like that formation there, okay? And so what you need to pay attention to, again, is $46,904 if we do start to get rejected here. As long as we're above it, we can still be looking good for that continuation. But the moment we lose this key Fibonacci support, the likelihood is we start to push back down towards our regional lows. And now we have a very obvious moment in which we're just ranging, okay? Now, I don't want you to think that this isn't possible, okay? It definitely is possible that we start to work our way to the downside. The reason I say that is because this move that we're seeing right now relatively, and similarly reminds me to what we saw back here. Let's go ahead and let's get this pulled off. And I'm just going to clear off the charts real quick. And it's kind of reminding me of what we saw back here, in which we put in some lows. We saw a little bit of ranging, a big spike that we saw the breakout and everyone was all excited. That immediately led to a dump in which we went back down towards some of these wick lows. And as you can see, we saw the lows, a bit of ranging, a breakout where everyone's getting all excited, an immediate dump. And there is still the chance that if we start to come back down past some of these key levels, again, such as $46,900, that we do continue this downtrend, that we do see a bit of a pushback. Is that terrible? No, not necessarily. Could it be the ABC correction, an ABC correction to the downside before starting the move back to the upside? Sure, it's very possible. And I want you guys to always be aware that that is on the table. That is still a possibility. And don't get caught off guard if we see something like that happening, okay? And so overall, again, just a little bit of a recap of the levels you need to be paying absolutely very, very close attention to. Let's go ahead and get this pulled up. It's going to simply be $48,000. We get back above $48,000 and hold it. There's a good chance that as long as we are above it, that we are working our way back up towards this $52,000 mark. If we aren't able to get above 48,000, we get rejected here and we come back down below, again, $47,500, do expect a push back towards 46,791, 46,900, that little area right here. If we come down and lose this, we're going back towards 45K. Okay. I mean, it is very, very likely that we're going back towards 45K. And then at that point, we're just ranging in between two levels of 52,000 and 45,000. Okay. And so overall, you need to pay very close attention to this. It is going to be extremely important in terms of what we're going to do over the next few weeks and possibly over the next few months. The best case scenario here is that we clear 48, work our way back up to 52, and we clear it. Okay. That's the best case scenario, obviously. This cup and handle plays out and we push back up towards some of our regional highs at $59,000. But until we are able to clear 48,000, that's not even on the table. Okay. And so with that being said, I will continue to update you guys as this thing does play out. Pay very close attention to these levels. Personally speaking, I will not be doing any buying until we clear $52,000. I told you guys that last time, about a week ago, whenever everything was starting to work its way up. People were like, Tyler, are you buying? Are you buying? It's breaking out. Are you buying? I said, absolutely not. I'm not buying anything until we clear 52K. That's the regional high. That's the entry into the big moves we're looking for. And until then, nothing is confirmed. So I made some small buys off of profits I was making, but I never did any mass accumulating because we had never got the clearing and closing above 52,000, and that still applies at this point. So with that being said, again, I will update you guys as this thing does play out and as changes do happen, and all I ask for in return is if you just smash that like button. That's it. Keep it simple, keep it easy. Just smash that like button, and I will see you all next time. Peace.